Hey everybody, great to be with you all. Welcome to another edition of Friedman Adventures, live here from beautiful 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California. Tonight, we've got a studio audience. Bill Wilkerson will be here in just a moment, but we've got two guys, Fish and Scott. They're here in person to watch the show, so our studio audience is really starting to get out of hand. It's really getting big. I want to thank some sponsors, first of all, and we'll start right here at 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. We are so grateful to have our offices and studio here. Walk out the door, see the sport boats, guys coming in, catching fish. It's always great. Daiwa is our rod and reel sponsor. You can see them right behind me. I've got to tell you, I like to fish the surf a lot, and there is not a better reel than that Fuego 3000. It is priced beautifully. It's such a great reel to fish the surf with, and I know you're going to be thrilled with that. Opsin Fluorocarbon, www.opsonusa.com. When you check out, put FA in there, and you're going to get a free gift from our good friend Greg Brown. He'll take good care of you. CCA, making fishing possible here in Southern California. Fish Taco Chronicles magazine. The one and only Malihini out of beautiful H&M Landing in San Diego. And if you go to our Facebook page, Friedman Adventures, you can see 3 videos we shot with Bill last year. Check that out, as well as our trips for this year. And I got to welcome a new sponsor on board. It is Ventura Harbor Sportfishing. Tucker McCombs. Man, are we stoked to have him and his lovely wife, Brittany, on board with us. We're going to be talking a lot about them. And, of course, they've not only got the Endeavor, but they've got the California and such great angling opportunities at Ventura. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe. We really appreciate our subscriptions are just flying here for the last few weeks. And click that bell. We'll notify you when we have new content. I'll remind you all that you should become a Patreon member just like Scott Grant did. And Scott won last week, and then he popped down here and said, Steve, where's my stuff? So Steve took good care of him, and we are ready to go. A couple more things I just want to mention before we have Bill come in here. On Thursday at 12 noon, Robin Yoshihiro will be on a special edition of Friedman Adventures. We'll film that down there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle in Seal Beach. You're going to want to meet Captain Robin. She is really something else. I fished with her father, Bobby, for many, many years. We'll remember Bobby, and we'll find out what's up with Robin. And this Thursday night, I will be over at KC Anglers Club. Come on over. Of course, if you're having trouble with insomnia, listening to a speech by me will definitely put you to sleep. Happy to do that. All right. Tony from 22nd Street Landing. He's out front right now. Tony, you are the man. And Benjamin, Mike Morrison's son, he is here also with us. And, of course, Mike Morrison, he's in the back. I saw him on the floor, on his phone. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing, but something strange for sure. Without further ado, it is time to welcome Captain Bill Wilkerson. Bill, my friend, how are you?
What's going on, Phil?
Man, it's great to see you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing good.
It's been a pretty good day.
Yeah? Well, how was your drive up from San Diego?
I got here about 4:30, I think it was, something like that.
And you had, you said you had a good day?
Yeah,
right?
I went to a place called San Pedro Brewery.
Yeah? And was it good?
Yeah,
That's
it was
great.
very good. It was very good. I enjoyed it immensely.
Man, it's good to see you. We've had so many great trips with you last year. There's so many memorable moments. I know there's going to be questions coming in. But, Bill, your attitude and your philosophy about running the boat down there is a little bit different than some others. What is it exactly that makes the Malihini fishing on it a little bit different than fishing on another boat?
People are treated like family, dude. I understand, that I'm in the making money or trying to make money business, if you will. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I believe that people come out to have an opportunity to catch fish. And to me, that's what it's about. We are not a species-specific boat unless we're fishing offshore. If something's not biting, we're going to go do something else. Just that simple.
You're just trying to give everybody a great experience, right?
That's what it's about. We can guarantee Three things. I can guarantee you the attitude of myself and my crew. I can guarantee you the food is going to be good. And I can guarantee you we're going to put us in the best possible position for us to take shots at the opportunity given to us.
Yeah, I mean, that is so true. I mean, your crew and you, it's just like, I feel like family now. When you walk on board and you see the guys, galley guy or whoever, it's just really a nice environment.
Well, honestly, that's the way it's supposed to be. You know, if the operator of the vessel and the crew members think they're above everybody else because they don't have the experience, then the experience that they're going to have is going to be sad, and they probably won't come back. You know, I've fished on boats before. I've caught 1 million fish, and because the attitudes of the crew and the captain sucked,
I know what you mean.
I never fished that boat again.
Right.
I went on a 5-day trip about 7 years ago. I think the boat caught 14 fish for 5 days. Man, I had the best time of my life.
I was going to say, right?
And it was fun, you know. Yeah. Got a lot of sleeping in, but it was fun.
Well, we have so many moments to go back. Like one moment that I thought was hilarious. You're driving the boat, and we're heading offshore to go catch tuna. And all of a sudden you turn around and you look at me and you say, "Are you singing the national anthem?"
Oh, I remember that. That was funny. That was for a thing you were doing down in Mexico.
Yeah, a polo tournament.
That.
I went down and I'm not a singer, but the guy, Arturo Martinez down in Mexico, said, "You're singing the national anthem." Or actually, I think I got there and he told me I was singing, and I'm like, "What?" And he's introducing me to these people that, I mean, incredible people that own vast areas of land. He said, "This is the guy that's singing the national anthem." I'm like, "Hey, I'm not really a singer," but I got through it. It was an honor because it was just really special to see the horses there, because it was a polo match right before that.
Right.
The United States flag, the Mexican flag. And when I finished, so many people down there patted me on the back and said, "Great job." All Mexican citizens, but just nice to feel that cultural thing. But it was funny. They're like, "What the hell are you? Why are you singing the national anthem?"
That was funny, dude.
I know. Bill, look, you know, maybe there's some new people that don't know anything about the Malihini, where it runs out of. Why don't you just give us a rundown on that first of all?
Well, Malihini was originally built in 1941. She was a World War II PT boat, PT 657. PT 657, 58, 59, and 60 were supposed to be packaged up and sold to Russia. And the war ended in 44. That's when she was completed. And those four vessels were then transferred to Hermosa Beach, Navy surplus. The 60 and the 59 were then they became missile towboats, I guess you'd call them.
Yeah.
The 58 and 57 were sold to private owners. The 57 went up to, I do believe it was Oregon, from 1947 to 1952. She was a yacht.
Yeah.
In 52, she was converted from a yacht to a commercial fishing boat. And then in 1960, H&M Landing bought her. And it was H&M Landing's first 80-footer that ran overnight trips fishing 59 and sleeping 59 people. It ran overnight trips, I do believe, from 1960 to 1972.
Wow.
When I do believe, I'm not sure who owned it at the time, she became the three-quarter day, full day Coronado Island run boat.
That was like Manny Silva was
running it? I do believe it was Manny,
yeah.
And she did that from 1972 till 2016, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then things happened to the boat. Boat got pulled out of service from November 9th of 2017 to June of 2018, and then she lost her run and became a charter boat. And I've owned her since 2006. And we're doing what we do, man.
Yeah,
taking people fishing and enjoying life.
I know, man. Look who's just walked in the door here.
Oh, Mr. I can't
Alex,
catch a tuna.
Alex, why don't you come in and just say hello so everybody knows who we're talking about? You can walk in front of the camera or go shake Bill's hand, for God's sake.
What's up, Alex? How you doing?
Yeah, well, we should talk about that, right, with Alex? So Alex was Scott and Fish and everybody. Alex was throwing a lure for like 4 hours, right?
Yes, he was.
And I was filming the trip. That's what I do.
That was
I just
funny.
film. That's all I do. And Alex is like, everybody's got bluefin on the boat. Everybody's got these giant fish. And I go, give me that rod.
First
And
cast.
I throw it, and I go, here you go. And I had a fish the first cast. And he's like, how did you do that? I think I got really lucky. That's what
Yeah,
happened.
and he lost it, though.
Yeah, he did. And you were laughing in the video. You're belly laughing up there in the bow. Yeah, that was such a fun time. And that bluefin fishing was so good. There was another episode up in the bow that we caught on video. Paul Burbank. Remember Paul? He
Yes,
had
I
that
remember
fishing. You had
Paul.
to splice.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell that story a little bit? Because talk about a great crew and saving a fish. And that's the photo that I used to promote your appearance tonight. You
Really?
and Paul together. Yeah.
Oh, right on. You know, it's bluefin fishing can be very, very heartbreaking. That's the easiest way to explain that. You hook into a fish, you don't have the proper gear. You're going to fight that fish endlessly. He wound up doing something. His reel blew up or something like that.
Yeah,
So
I can't remember. But yeah, I think I did.
We grabbed one of my boat rods, came over, peeled off a bunch of line.
Now this is critical, right? If the fish makes a run too fast, you're screwed, right? Before you get
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty
you can
much.
see that too. I posted the video.
And we peeled off a bunch of line. I'm holding the lead line in my hand, letting the fish move back and forth.
Right.
Bringing him back to me nice and slow and letting him go. And then he starts to come back toward us. And we spliced the line together. And I had enough line on the spool to where we can get 4 or 5 wraps to where the splice is actually on the spool.
Right.
And then we landed the fish.
And it was a nice one, man. That was a beautiful
about
fish.
45, 50 pounder.
And
Yeah,
Paul
it was
talks
fun.
about. I saw Paul today, and he was talking about that. He said he was going to tune in. He really wanted to talk to you. And any
it
questions
was
from
fun.
anybody out there, Steve? Or
Yeah, just a bunch of great comments about the Malihini.
go ahead. Let's hear some of those.
So let's see. The first one I see here is
I had to throw that in there.
You always do.
so it says it's from Richard K. Go Captain Bill. I fished the Malihini last May and saw a bluefin for the first time on that trip. Seeing the captain's enthusiasm inspired me to pursue bluefin tuna. Thanks, Captain Bill.
All right.
Speaking about that trip, I think I remember which one it was. We went out on a trip. We were fishing just a little inside or to the east of the 4 1/4. Everybody was down there. We're driving up into the area, get a sonar school, and it's like, oh my gosh, half screen. I spin on it. We throw some bait. Volkswagens jump out the water.
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh, we're screwed. We're screwed. And get bit one, get bit twice. All of a sudden, we got like 4 or 5 fish hanging. We lost all of them.
Oh God, because they're too big.
I'm like, oh, this is killing me. You guys are killing me. And it's funny because once I stopped and realized and looked at the people and what they were doing, they're all high-fiving. I cannot believe. You see how big old fish ran it. Oh my God, it was so huge. And I'm just like, yeah, but we don't have any fish on the boat.
They didn't care.
It puts things in perspective.
It does.
You know,
Totally.
it's more about the experience.
The adventure.
You know, than it is, okay, yeah, we hooked a bunch of big fish. Yeah, I was bummed we didn't land any that day. But the attitude and the look on my passengers' faces, that's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
Honest to God. That's
I
why
know.
I do what I do.
Believe me, I know.
We went out the next day to the same exact area. We went 0 for 11.
How big were these fish?
Oh, these fish were anywhere from 150 to 250
Oh,
pounds.
my
I'm going
God.
to say easy.
So no chance at all.
Easy. Yeah. Tom Chavez from UCSD was my second trip. I believe we had some really good shots and some nice quality fish. Tom, shameless plug. Give me a call. You know, and it's just, it's amazing, dude. I mean,
well, Bill, I can see the enthusiasm right now. I mean, it's just brimming out of you, right? It's so infectious. It's when you see that screen light up, man. You come out of that wheelhouse like you are really excited.
Oh, we're gonna get bit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know, that trip that we did where we ran into that bluefin just to the west of everybody.
Right.
When they were all fishing inside of us, we decided to get away from the group,
fleet.
and we worked out to the southeast or southwest. And Peyton, which is one of my deckhands, sat there and he goes, I see a bird school about 5 miles away, and I'm looking at him like, yeah, we're going to run 5 miles for nothing. This is not good, Peyton. And as we're headed that direction, I pick up my glasses again and I'm looking at it. Okay, I see 3 or 4 birds. I see 4 or 5 birds. I see 6 birds. I see 7 birds now. Okay, let's go that direction. Kick them up a little bit. And as we're going along, I start to hear chippers. And what I mean by chippers is the sound that my sonar makes when there's 2s and 3s fish. 2s and 3s, 2s and 3s, 2s and 3s. So I adjusted my sonar and brought it up to like a 6-degree tilt. And when I brought it up to 6 degrees, okay, on the sonar it looks like lines. There's like 10 or 15 lines, 10 or 15 lines. So I start heading toward it. And as I head toward it, I turn to the port a little bit. All of a sudden, a half screen, click, and I lost it. I'm like, oh, where did it go? Where did it go? And I adjust try to adjust my sonar up and down again. Okay, I picked it up. I slow the boat down. I turn into it. I tell them to throw bait. And it turns into skipjack. And we're hooking skipjack left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. I told him to back the bait off. And after he backed the bait off, we hooked a bluefin. We hooked another bluefin. We hooked another bluefin. Dennis Martin with his $5 jig.
I love Dennis.
Dude, that was cool.
Dennis. He's tuning in right now.
Is he?
Hey, what's up, Dennis?
Dennis, what's happening?
With his $5. Oh, he said it was $3.
He got $3. Yeah, exactly.
Out of a bid. I think he had like 6 fish that day.
He was
did he not?
red freaking hot.
It was
man.
amazing.
He's always hot. He's a great person to fish with.
For that trip, I do believe we wound up with like 25 or 30 skipjack and like 35 or 40 of that bluefin tuna, 40 to 45 pounders.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a fun day.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding? It was
that
awesome.
That was a fun day. I was like, I could do this. I could do this every day.
I know. And Dennis, I mean, he was on so many of our trips. He's just a lovely guy to fish with, isn't he?
I dig him.
Yeah.
I dig him. I dig him big time. And, you know, then that, I think the second trip we did a...
was that
the Dorado trip?
Oh, my God. The Dorado trip was
freaking
phenomenal.
But you know
let me just make one mention right now because Gabriel Ibarra was on the trip. He's having surgery tomorrow. I know he's tuning in. Thoughts and prayers are with you, Gabriel. His wife, Terry, though, I don't know if you remember. Well, you probably did because you watched the video. I sang happy birthday to her.
Yes.
When she caught her first Dorado. Yes. It was that great big fish. And Terry, that was so great.
We had a picture of her on the back deck by the starboard head.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Bill, that was like, we found a kelp, and there was a lot of guys that were struggling that day and ended up catching not much, if anything.
Oh, yeah.
And we had limits, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an incredible bite.
We have our days. You know, and again, I say fishing is fishing. Some days you're fisherman, some days you're catcherman.
Alex is always a fisherman, actually.
I would like to be more of the catcherman type.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can't make the fish bite.
No, you can't.
You know, there's days we go out there, we'll sit in a school of bluefin tuna for 2 hours to get one bite. You don't want to leave it because you're hearing on the radio nobody else is catching anything.
Yeah, right.
They're not even seeing it. Okay, we're seeing it. It's just not biting.
Right.
You know, and I get to those. I get to that state of mind sometimes. I'd rather not even see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a tease almost.
Yeah,
right? It drives you crazy.
Oh, well, we know they're here. See them jumping out the water.
They're driving me crazy.
This is retarded. But I mean, it is what it is.
Right, exactly.
Fishing is always going to be fishing.
That's why you got to go numerous times, because you'll see it all if you go enough times.
If you come out, and I mean this, if you come out with the expectation to catch a fish, chances are you're going to be disappointed, because sometimes you're just not going to bite. You come out with the attitude to have a great time regardless, you're going to have a blast.
Absolutely, 100%. You know, another guy that comes out with us, and I know Steve's got some questions, but Dale and his daughters.
Dale.
Love Dale. Dale, you better be watching.
Mr.
He's
Cement,
such
man.
a great guy,
Is
man.
that Dale Grauberger?
Yeah.
Yep, he's tuning in.
Mr. Cement, man.
I love him, man.
Another shameless plug. Dale, I'll see you Friday.
You know what? I thought I was Mr. Baja. Dale is down in TJ with his daughter, riding a bike around TJ, stopping for street food. I love his attitude about experiencing Mexico. We're both Mexophiles. We both love Mexico a lot.
Amen.
And it's just incredible stuff. I think you have some questions?
Yeah,
Steve?
a couple comments and then questions.
Sure.
So Jeff from the 540 Slingers, who we know
Jeff is a great guy. I'm going to
loves
see you Sunday, Jeff.
loves to throw an iron.
He does.
He says that the Malihini has the best bow for iron fishing.
I agree with that.
It sure
100%.
does, Bill. Describe
I
that
agree
bow.
with
How many people can you get up
God,
there?
it's huge.
And it's wide open.
Huge, and it's wide open, yeah. You have a bait tank on the bow, and that's pretty much it. I mean, you could probably put, well, let's put it this way. I've seen 30 people up there at one time.
Wow.
casting into boiling fish.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's a sword fight, bro. I'm glad I'm not up there. But it's fun. I mean, it really is. It's fun.
Dale's saying his whole family's tuned in. Bill, always a fun trip on the Malihini. Great crew and boat.
Thanks.
Dale's daughters are awesome also. I'm glad everybody and his wife, everybody.
Steve Ennis says, can't wait for this year's trip. I hooked my first bluefin on one of the last year's trip with Captain Bill. He helped me right. He was right next to me, helping me the whole time. Unfortunately, I lost it, but the enthusiasm that Bill had made the trip all worth it.
Amen.
Steve's a very generous guy, donating some stuff to take to Mexico. Steve, love you.
Let me see here. Nick Noyes says, every day's a great day on the Malihini. Jay Moore says, what's up, Phil and Bill? Malihini is my boat in San Diego.
Right on.
Amen.
And then Mikey V says, crossing swords on the bow is the only time it's acceptable.
Right
Yes,
on. Scott's
sir.
going to kill me if I don't say smash the like button. So smash the like button while you're watching here, please, everybody.
Can I say something real
No,
quick about my
no,
crew?
none without Steve's permission.
I think, and I might be biased in what I'm about to say, but I think we've assembled on the Malihini probably one of the best crews, in my opinion, since we came back. Nick Noyes, which was my cook last year.
Uh-huh. Love Nick. Humble Nick.
Yeah, he's going to transition to deck.
Oh, cool.
Chris Hartwig is coming back again this year.
Chris, who went to Columbia. I saw him.
Yeah. And then Peyton Freeman is
Peyton's great.
also coming back, and we're adding Captain Maggie McDaniels to our.
Is that a relation to Scott McDaniels? or?
That would be Mr. McDaniels' daughter-in-law.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
her son Mike is Maggie's husband.
Okay, great. That's wonderful.
She's coming on board this summer for the summer to work with us as well.
Wonderful.
I think we're going to have another fantastic crew as far as what we do.
Yeah, and once in a while you have Mimi Pham on there, and
Mimi
she's
Pham
great. I
cooks-
love her.
Cooks for us sometimes. She works deck.
Yeah.
I mean, the people that, honestly, I try... The people that work with me on deck and in the galley are a big part of why I feel we're successful.
Yes, I agree.
It's not all about me, because there is no I or E. in team. Well, there is an E in team. You know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, there's no I in team.
There is
right.
no I in team. Yeah, and I really believe that it's because of us that the Malihini is doing what the Malihini is doing. Now, don't get me wrong. The Malihini is a brand unto itself. It was a Malihini before it was purchased by me.
Yeah, but that's not going to carry it through. It's not. It's you. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I remember a college professor of mine. I went to Loyola, and he told me, and his dad was a doctor in San Diego.
Right.
He said, his dad met all these influential people. Nothing made his father feel bigger and better than Manny Silva walking up and saying, "Hey, Doc, how you doing?"
Amen.
And people feel that way when you do it,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, right?
I honestly, that's when you get on the boat. We used to fish with 59 people. 59 people, all you are is a number. I hate to say that, but all you are is a number.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know you from Adam unless you did something to stand out.
Right, like Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
Losing fish constantly. Our intern, Alex the intern.
We went from 59 to 30. I try and make it a point to know every single person's name when they get off that boat.
That's fantastic.
Do I succeed at that all the time? No. Because I get wrapped up in what's going on as far as what I do.
Sure.
I believe we take what we do seriously, but we have fun at it. Because if it's not fun, you shouldn't be doing it.
That's the whole point of this, right? To have fun.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing it.
Right. And that goes for the people on deck, the passengers, and the crew.
Exactly.
Everybody should be having fun.
I tell my crew members when they come and apply for a job or they're going out fishing that day, whatever issues you have, leave them on the dock stairs when you get on the boat. Pick them up when you get off the boat, because it's about our clients, our family for the day, if you will.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? They don't care if you've had a bad day, the night before. That's not why they're here. If you can't come to work with that mindset and give me 100%, because I'm going to give you guys 100% of whatever I've got.
Right.
You give me 100% of you, we're going to be successful. You don't give me 100% of you, you won't be here long.
I see it all the time. Bill, look into your crystal ball for a moment. What kind of season do we have on the horizon? I know you can't. It's impossible to predict, but let's hype it up a little bit.
I'm hoping that we get the influx of yellowfin that we had not last year, but year before last. I'm hoping we get a better shot at the Dorado this year.
So you're anticipating some warm water, it sounds like.
I'm not anticipating anything. I'm hoping.
Yeah, okay. Fingers crossed.
I'm hoping.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
This put it this way. 2017, 18, 2018, 19, 20. I did not see any water colder than 62 degrees in January.
Wow.
2021, I saw 59 degree water. 2022, we're doing cod trips now.
Yeah, right.
It's 59.5 to 60.2.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, nobody
Maybe
does.
everything is transitioning back to where it used to be.
Seems like it, right? With all the squid around up here.
And back to normal, if you will.
Yeah, right. Right.
Who knows?
Do you have a lot of anchovy down there?
We've gotten anchovy, yeah.
Yeah.
We've gotten anchovy.
So that's cooler water. So, yeah, but you never know. I mean, it can warm up quickly, but so that would be great. I love that kind of tropical, subtropical fish like that, yellowfin, dorado. It's fun stuff.
I don't like to predict because
I'm still going to make you do it.
No, you're not.
Well, Dale's asking,
Oh,
what
here we
about
go.
the albacore?
Oh, that's my specialty, Dale. Did you get my great prediction last year? You know what? Bob Osborne is a fisheries expert, and I was talking to him about it today. I shouldn't even say this because he said he needs another month. Let it go another month. It's too early. He was saying it's not looking good right now. In fact, he said they're not predicting an El Nino, but to kind of go along with Bill's cross fingers, he said, I'm seeing a lot of like indications of a warming trend. Maybe not a full-blown El Nino, but that's what he was saying. If we get that, you can kiss those albacore goodbye. I do know in the South Pacific, I've talked to some of those guys, and they're having they had a poor albacore season last year. They're having an exceptional albacore season this year. And you know what that means? I don't know what it means. Because I asked Osborne, hey, if they're biting in the South Pacific, is that good for us? And he said, let me go up and just do the data search on that. So he's working on that, and we'll figure it out. Right now, I'm not ready to say make a fool of myself again this year. I already did that last year with my albacore prediction.
I can tell you we're going to go fishing. I can tell you that. We're going to go fishing. You know, our cod trips, man, have been phenomenal.
So you're fishing cod right now. Why don't you tell everybody about that?
Oh, man.
You caught that Popeye the other day, too.
Yeah. We're online Monday through Friday, leaving the dock at 6 a.m., back to the dock at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. We're fishing the backside of the 9. And, guys, the fishing has been pretty good. No, the fishing has been awesome. I'm not going to lie. It's been very, very good. You know, you're catching reds, groupers, starry eyes.
So earlier you were mentioning, you
peppers.
gave us an idea of the size of the fish. Because when you say reds, I mean, some of us are used to, you know, what you see out here.
We're talking reds.
10-inch reds, yeah.
Reds.
Don't diminish the bite out here, Steve. Mike Morrison will come running in here and hit you over the head.
We're talking reds. I'm going to say 4 or 5 pound fish, big fish. Groupers are anywhere from 4 to 7 pounds.
Wow, nice Boccaccio.
You're getting some nice fish, but you're still getting your. Dude, we had a starry eye that looked like a red the other day. I was tripping. It was so big.
Wow.
But I mean, it's been fun.
Are you fishing with a pound of lead, or how much? What kind of tackle?
Anywhere from, I'm going to say 8 to 16 ounces.
Okay.
Depending on what my wind and current is doing.
Like,
yeah.
Steve Ennis wants to know if passports are required for these trips.
Passports are required for these trips because we're fishing within 12 miles of Mexico.
Hey, we have 3 trips with you, and the first one's July 20th, I think. It's July 20-something. Are passports going to be required on those trips, or you don't know yet?
Are we fishing the islands?
I don't know. You're the captain. I'm some idiot that can't even predict an albacore season.
I don't know yet. I'll have to wait and see. We'll wait and see.
And when is that going to be available? I know I have these people calling me all the time. When can we book?
Speaking of which.
When can we book? Yeah.
The website is going through some changes. The schedule will be posted March 1st.
Perfect.
It will be posted March 1st, guaranteed. And I think you'll like the changes. We're trying to make it more user-friendly.
Nice.
Instead of, because I had quite a few calls about it's really hard to get to this, to do this, to get here to do that. So I have a friend of mine that's going through everything. He's going to revamp the website, give it a new look and everything else.
Excellent.
I think it'll be fun and make it more user friendly.
Man, I can't wait for those trips. They are so much fun. You'll have to make one someday, Steve.
Yeah.
Then we can make fun of you and not catching anything.
It's a blast, man.
Bill, a moment ago you said that people are not properly prepared for bluefin tuna. So talk to me about what kind of tackle people should walk on board when you're fishing offshore, and it depends. I know
it's hard to say. Last year we had mixed school fish.
Yeah,
you sonar school, you throw bait, 25, 30 pounders jump out the water, but you're hooking 150 to 200 pounders. You roll on a school, you throw bait, 150 pounders, 200 pounders jumping out the water, you're catching 25 pounders.
Yeah.
So it was mixed school fish for the most part for us. I don't know about anybody else because I can only speak for what I know.
Yeah.
And, to me, I told when people would call me, what should I bring? I said, bring the gamut, dude.
Yeah, right. You're going to bring it all, right?
Bring a 100-pound setup with the 50 wide. Bring an 80-pound setup. Bring a 60-pound setup. Bring a 40-pound setup. Bring a 20-pound setup. It was really, really hard to predict. This year, I won't know till I see.
Till you
it for
see
the
what's
first
going
time.
on. Yeah, right. People that don't have that really, really heavy tackle can rent some stuff too, right? They
can
don't want
rent
to
it
go out
from the
and
landing.
buy
Yeah,
something like
you can
that.
rent something like that from the landing.
Right.
You know, and we were using fluorocarbon anywhere from 20 pound to 50 pound.
Is fluoro something you recommend?
For bluefin fishing, yeah, I'd recommend it.
All right, good, because you've got Opsin fluorocarbon right over your head there. Our sponsor.
I've got some of that too.
Yeah, you do. That's right.
And I use it on a regular basis.
I know you were stoked with it.
Yeah.
The guys were stoked with it.
Very, 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 very good fluorocarbon, I think. You know, but I mean, it depends on the individual. You know, our cod trips, I'm recommending, you know, bring lots of line.
Because you're fishing so deep?
Lots of line. Well, we're fishing anywhere from, I want to say 265 to 400 feet.
Okay.
You know, we're allowed to fish 70 fathoms.
Are you drifting or anchoring?
Oh, we're just drifting everything. Yeah. I have enough anchor rope to drop 600 feet if I wanted to, but no.
Yeah, I know.
It take 10 minutes to pull it up.
I know. It's a pain. Yeah. You might lose all your gear or something. Too. You don't want to do that.
Not a good thing. Not a good thing at all.
You're going to run these cod trips until when?
We're running cod trips till February 28th, I do believe. And we're mixing those in with, we do what we call Sea Labs.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. Dina, Ocean Odyssey, what's up?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Our friends Rick
she
Scott
is the brainchild behind all that.
Yeah.
And I've been with her now 3 years. So from January 1st through May 31st, we take...
She's out with you? She comes out with you?
Well, they run the other boat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll go out, we'll net or trawl San Diego Bay, pull the contents of whatever we caught in the trawl up, throw them into buckets. The instructor comes up, gets on the boat, and gives a biology class, basically, of what it is that's caught, and this, that, one thing, the other. We'll go over to the mouth of San Diego Bay. We'll drop a dredge in the water. We catch spider crabs, starfish,
kids have got to love that.
Sea pansies, all kinds of stuff, dude. And then we go over to the San Diego bait receivers. We'll tie up there, and we set up stations. We have for the animals that we call stingrays, seahorses, things like that. We put them in the hand troughs of the bait well.
Uh-huh.
And kids can actually feel the animals and things like that.
Yeah, go ahead and stick your hand in there where that stingray is.
We cut the barbs off. We cut the barbs off.
Yeah, I know.
And then we have a mud station, a tide and current station, and a plankton station, where kids go down and drop this net into the water, get plankton, walk into the galley, and look at it in a microscope.
Talk about hooking kids
it's
into
fun.
the
It
experience.
is fun, dude.
What's one of the most unusual things you've dredged up? Can you think of anything? Like, did you ever dredge up anything really strange?
Not that angel shark,
Okay, yeah.
big one.
Well, kids must love spider crabs. They're such
It was kind of
weird-looking creatures.
We had one
right?
this year. You know, we midshipmen, hornhead turbots, diamond turbots, stingrays, seahorses. I can't remember the slug. What does she call it? I can't remember the name of it now. It's behind my head. But it's a beautiful slug. It's got all these beautiful colors on it.
Wow.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wow. It's the sea pansies.
Uh-huh.
We do these trips with Palmer real early in the morning or late at night. And we'll catch these sea pansies and we put them in the bait tank.
What is a sea pansy?
It looks like a disco ball.
Really?
Dude, it's crazy.
Man, that sounds awesome.
Oh, it's wild, dude.
Yeah.
It's the electromagnetic energy, I guess you say, that this thing puts off.
That's crazy.
Looks like you're in a disco. I'm not joking. It's pretty cool, man.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Man. How do you feel about like the importance of getting kids to see that? As opposed to like so many kids now are on their phones or they never get out into the outdoors. This is a great way to get kids out there and get them interested in the ocean.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And, these are put on by San Diego City School, Chula Vista School, Unified School District, Poway Unified School District and things like that. We have a group that comes out from Arizona that takes part in some of these trips, and those are the early morning and either it's the first trip in the morning or the last trip in the evening. We'll go out, we'll net the bait, and we'll drive out into the ocean and look for porpoise and whales and things like that. They'll get here on a Friday, and we might be their first stop. Then they'll get off the boat at 8 o'clock. They either go to they'll go have breakfast, go to Scripps Aquarium or SeaWorld, one of the two. Then their day ends. Then the next day they'll either, if they went to Scripps Aquarium, they go to SeaWorld on Sunday, have a picnic, then drive back home.
Wow, that's
great. Pretty cool.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
Getting our kids involved in the ocean, dude, I believe is huge. You know, I mean, it's the only way that we, as an industry,
are going to survive.
True. You know, I look at things now, and I see not so many young kids, you know, getting with their moms or their dads or anything like that, coming out to do stuff like this. I'd rather stay at home on my Nintendo.
Yeah, right.
Play my PS5 or my Xbox or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of sad.
It is.
In a sense, because the ocean has so much to offer.
Big, beautiful world out there, right?
You know, it is gorgeous, man. It is gorgeous. I have never, in my 30 years of doing, 30 plus years of doing what I do, seen the same sunrise or the same sunset.
Oh, my God. I agree with you.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And you know what? The family that fishes together kind of stays together. I mean, my kids and I, we still hang out together. And fishing is normally the bond. You look at Dale with his daughters.
Right.
Fishing is the bond.
Well, my 12-year-old, going to be 13, go Cassandra, year-old granddaughter, she's been on that boat since she was 2 years old.
Yep.
You know, she really started taking a interest in what was going on when she turned 8. We do a 2-day every year. She'll come out here the end of May, and we'll do our 2-day. She stays with me on the boat till about the second week of July.
Yeah.
She goes home. And she fishes. And she shovels bait. And she doesn't cut fish. She's not allowed to touch a knife yet. She ain't old enough.
How old is she?
12. She'll be 13 this November.
Last time you were here, you mentioned that she was doing a little bit of trash talking with you when she was
I don't want to.
out fishing you.
I hate, you know, I really honestly don't like taking her on a 2-day trip because I get schooled. Don't know why, but I get schooled. She hooked the last 2-day trip aboard the Relentless. What's up, Mike Franchek? She hooked a 4 tuna. She lost 3 of them. And she got the 1 with my help. Yes, I'm telling him I helped you. And it was 130
that's a
plus
nice
pounds.
One. That's a nice one.
First bluefin she's ever landed.
That's a nice one.
And it was cool. You know, to see her and her little friend was with her. She hooked a big bluefin as well. Assisted winding it in. But, dude, I mean, to see these 2 girls do what they do and enjoy what they're doing, you know, with their dad and their grandpa. It's priceless, bro.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's
absolutely.
Priceless.
100%. Arnie Mann is watching from Ensenada. I want to say hello to him. He has a little sport fishing operation down there. Great guy to fish with. Steve, looks like you got more.
Jay Moore is saying, Bill can't wait to bring you some carriage, chicken, or bluefin.
Oh, Mr. Moore, I can't wait, buddy.
What? What's that all about? That sounds good.
You can't tell you. I can't tell
Thanks,
you.
Bill. I thought we were buddies.
We are. Right on.
Not that
Big
close.
John.
Justin Bishop is asking, with 30 people, is there enough room for everybody to bring multiple rods on the boat?
Yeah, I do believe so. You figure 3 rods a person. I do believe we have 114 or 115 rod spaces. Now you're going to make me go count them, Justin. I do believe it's 114 or 115 rod rack spaces.
Awesome. And then Mikey V says that the slug that you mentioned earlier is actually called a nudibranch. Is that the slug that you're talking about? Do you recall?
Yeah, I do believe that's right. I think it was Navacanac, Cavanac, or something like that.
Nudibranch. That's a bar in Tijuana, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah.
What Dina told me was Navanac. That's what it was. A Navanac.
Okay.
Right, Dina? I hope so. But yeah, I mean, did you know there is over 450 species of fish in San Diego Harbor at any given time?
Wow, that's amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
Of fish.
Fish.
Not invertebrates
Not
and everything
invertebrates,
else.
talking fish.
Jeez. That seems amazing.
I
Right?
was tripping when just little things you learn.
Yeah.
You know, as you're doing these school trips and stuff. It was cool, man. It was very cool.
Tim P is asking, are there bunks on the full day trips?
Negative. We don't have bunks on our boat. We have bunks, but they're not utilized.
But how many
At all.
people does the galley seat? A lot, right?
Yeah, galley, we can sit 20.
Yeah.
And then there's bench seating on the bow, and then there's also bench seating on the bait tanks on either side of the bait tank.
It's kind of
Where the
nice to
fish
be outside,
holders.
too, because sometimes there's a guy that sings the national anthem. And if you're
Yeah,
a patriotic
exactly.
kind of person, you might enjoy that. So, yeah. Anything more? No. Okay. Bill, let's talk about an issue that is really important right now. It's the CARB issue. And some people don't know what that acronym means or what it's all about. And I understand you're going to issue an invitation to the governor of California, Gavin Newsom. I will refrain from saying anything more. Bill, what is that? What is this CARB issue, first of all?
It's really important that the people that fish as a whole write their state legislator, their state senator, their governor of California, and let them know that what CARB, Quality Air Source Resource Management Board, is proposing. We're all about, well, I can't speak for everybody else, but I believe everybody else is in the same situation. You know, we're about making our air cleaner.
Sure.
That's a must.
Right.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we as a society or as a state is not going to be able to function. It may not be in my lifetime, but, you know, I have grandchildren.
Sure.
I get it.
Yeah.
For CARB to single out Harborcraft, the way they're singling us out is wrong.
Singling you out to do what? What do they want you to do?
They want us to put engines that don't exist
Right.
as of yet
Oh, that should be easy.
into our vessels. They're using
By when?
They're using. Hang on.
Uh-huh.
They're using data that we believe is flawed.
Okay.
I got chewed out by. We had a big old meeting, I do believe, on the 12th or something, and I got chewed out or shut down, I should say, by a. I guess she was the boss of everything concerning the data that they're using. We believe that the data that they're using is not right.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of them using the data that they were presented with after this data came out and was presented to the board itself to make a ruling on when the stuff that we needed to do was going to be implemented, and in changing the not program, I don't know what you would call it. I have no idea. I'm not, I'm not in that type of thing. But if the science is changing, shouldn't you update your science?
Yeah,
for what you're doing. To me, that makes sense.
That's what science is. Science is this constant question and answer and hypothesis and trying to prove it. It's supposed to evolve. Science. We talk about sometimes the science. There's no such thing as the. I mean, science is constantly moving ahead. The scientific method.
Yeah,
Hypothesis, and then you test it, and blah 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 blah.
I hear Governor Gavin Newsom is a fisherman. I don't know if that's true or not. Governor Newsom, if you're watching this, I'm asking you to come out and go fishing with me so you can see what you and carb are potentially going to destroy as a whole. You know, I mean, it's unfathomable. I don't believe that 160 school buses or 60 school buses or whatever the diagram that was showed that I saw equates to one fishing boat. I disagree with that as far as admissions go. There was a report that was put out by the Sea and Ferry Company, I do believe up in San Francisco, California, that told CARB that their information that they gave them was incorrect. And CARB refused when I was talking to them on the 12th, and it's public record, that their information was wrong, and they're telling me and telling everybody in that meeting that they were using the best data available at the time. Well, if the best data available at the time, and this is a science that we're talking about for you to draw these conclusions and these numbers, then you should be able to go back, readjust those numbers with the correct numbers and get new numbers.
Yeah.
In my thinking, if I'm off base, I'm off base, but I don't believe I am.
That's how science works.
You know, Governor Newsom, come join me on the Malihini. Come out and go fishing.
Governor Newsom.
And
also,
see what's going on, bro.
And Bill has already talked about kids going out and experiencing the ocean and seeing the creatures that are in it. Kids that do that, they grow up and want to protect the ocean. And this kind of thing is very regressive. In other words, people with big money, people who are affluent, they still have access to the sea. They've got yachts, they've got boats and everything else. Kids in the inner city, children from families that are less affluent, this is the way they get out on the water. They get out on the water by jumping on a sport boat. And this kind of thing is going to shut the door to people who don't have the kind of money that allows access. And that's why it's so important. If these kids don't go out with Bill and see those creatures, if these kids are not allowed to go out with their mom and dad and go fishing on a half-day boat for a few bucks, they're not going to grow up to want to protect the sea. You have to see it. You have to feel it. You have to do it. And if you do that, you'll grow up and want to protect it. Agreed?
I agree with that 100%. You know, my clientele, I can speak on this personally. I have 5 gentlemen that fish with me once a month. They are senior citizens.
Hey, that's me.
They are on fixed incomes. They're able to come fishing with me once a month.
Uh-huh.
And they do that typically June, July, and August. That's all they can afford. You know, I don't know if people have this perception that, you know, we make millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars.
I don't have that perception.
You know, the boat makes millions and millions of dollars in 7 to 8 years. You know, back 15 years ago, yeah, you can make a really good living in this business.
Yeah.
And today, with everybody in your pocket, I make honestly about 40 to 50,000 a year.
Oh my God! And that's a lot of hard work.
But you know what? I'm good with that, man.
Yeah, because you love it so much.
I'm good with that. God has allowed me to do something I really, really, really enjoy. Why give a man a fish when you can teach him to fish?
Uh-huh.
That goes for men, women, children, it don't matter.
Right.
You teach that man to fish, that man's going to feed himself for the rest of his life.
And yeah, that's a beautiful metaphor for just teaching people how to survive in life. Also, it's so true. And you make no bones about the fact you're a very religious guy, right?
God drives my boat, man.
No wonder you catch so much
I'm
fish.
being dead serious. God drives my boat. You know, and it's wow. I got deep for a minute, didn't I? I'm sorry.
You can get deep. We don't care.
It's the truth. You know what I mean? It's the honest to God's truth. I mean, if it weren't for God, I don't believe I'd be where I'm at today.
Mm-hmm. Have you always been a religious guy your whole life? Were you raised that way?
Yeah, I was brought up in the church. I left the church when I was 18 because of all the hypocrisy and crap that I saw going on. I came back to the church when I turned 31.
The church is what church? Just out of curiosity?
Oh, just God, period.
Oh, okay.
God.
Okay.
God's the church.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ is the
all right,
church.
not a particular religion.
No.
Okay.
And when I 2015 or 2011, you know, I said we talked about this in the last show. You know, I got diagnosed with cancer.
Right.
And man, God got serious with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
God got serious with me. And when I don't care who you are, where you at, or what you're doing, God gets serious with you, you don't respond, you're screwed.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's so true. And you've made it through that, right? And
God's allowed me to do what I do, man.
how much longer are you going to do this stuff? Are you going to keep going? Do you enjoy it that much where you'd like to do it for another 10 years, 15 years, 20 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you do.
As long as I can. As long as he allows me to get up out of my bed and put my 2 feet into my pants and walk down my steps, get in my car and drive to the boat, I'll be here.
Yeah, we can get somebody to give you a ride too, you know.
No, I'll be here. I'll be here. I enjoy people, period.
Me too.
Me too. I enjoy people.
I do too. I know what you mean.
To me, you know, if Jesus can wash his disciples' feet, greatest man in the world, without sin, if he can wash his disciples' feet and be a servant to them, why can't I be a servant to everybody I come across?
Beautifully put. Beautifully put. A little applause there from Big Fish.
Period. I'm on this earth for one thing. That's to serve my Lord and Savior. Period. And in doing what I do, touching the people that I touch, whether it's not my job to preach the word to you. It's my job to plant the seed. God's going to water that, man. That's how I feel.
I agree. That's why I'm a Notre Dame fan, Steve, by the way. Oh, Fish is loving it. All right, yeah, that's all good stuff. Steve?
We got some questions in regards to fishing.
Oh, we're going to fishing.
Yeah,
yes.
back to fishing. I'm sorry.
So Jeff, the 540 Slinger, is asking, what amount of anglers would Bill suggest if someone wanted to put together a surface iron only trip on the Malihini?
20 to 25.
20 to 25.
I'd say 20 to 25.
Slammin' Sammy is asking, around what time is the best time to get some white sea bass out of San Diego landing? Out of the landings.
Yeah, you guys haven't caught many sea bass
We
down
haven't.
there.
We've caught last year. We caught 2 white sea bass fishing half day. Other than that, we don't see very much white sea bass
Anymore. There was a time, right?
There was a time where you would catch it pretty steady.
Yeah. At the islands and even down the coast at Salsa Puedas.
Yeah.
You know, if you had squid or something.
Right.
But
I haven't
those
seen
days are
any
kind of
numbers of white sea bass in a while.
Yeah.
And then Mikey V is asking, curious to know if Bill recalls what the longest someone has fought a fish and landed it on the Malihini.
2 hours and 47 minutes.
And
Wow.
What was that?
That was a bluefin tuna, 214 plus pounds.
Nice.
Justin Bishop was on that trip.
Justin's a great guy.
I do believe he had a 165 on that trip.
Wow. And then I think Jay Moore is giving up the secret on the carriage chicken.
Oh, Karagi chicken. No, John, don't do that.
John, you're the man.
So if you want to find out what it is, Phil, you're going to have to go to Gardena Bowl, the bowling alley in
Yeah,
Gardena,
dude.
and eat at the cafe that's in there.
Oh, I'll do that, John, but only if I get to meet you there.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah?
It is so good.
I'll be there, John. Let me know when.
And then Justin Bishop has actually a little bit of information. I think Bill touched on this earlier, the history of the Malihini, which it says here that it was PT657, call sign Nan-Queen, item William, and then it's a 78-foot Higgins motor torpedo boat laid down on the 16th of February in 1945 by Higgins Industries in New Orleans, Louisiana, launched April 2nd in 1945.
Correct.
Good stuff.
And then last question for now, Richard K. is asking, did I hear Captain Bill say he does a 2-dayer once a year? Could he please explain this further? I'd love to hop on one of these trips.
Okay,
He probably thinks you're doing it on the Malihini.
yeah,
maybe,
we
right?
don't do that trip on the Malihini. We do that trip on the Relentless, and it's basically a bunch of guys with their kids that fish the Malihini. We charter out the Relentless, and we carry 18 to 21 anglers, and this is our 7th year of doing this, and we just go fishing. We're not species specific. We fished Clemente 3 or 4 years. Last year we fished bluefin out in front of Ensenada. The COVID year, I don't think we did it because of COVID. But I mean, typically we just go fishing, man. 30 lingcod, bunch of rockfish, 80 yellowtail for a 2-day trip.
Nice.
Fishing Clemente, come home. I think we had 77 bluefin tuna last year.
Nice.
On our 2-day. Come home, and it is a no stress trip. If you're aggressive angler, you don't want to get on the boat because you will get checked.
Scott, you're off.
You will get checked, and this is about fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's supposed to be.
And that trip typically runs about $380. We leave Friday at like 12 noon, anywhere between 12 and 3. We're back Sunday between 6 and 7 p.m.
Excellent. More? Okay. And Scott Grant, he's become a director tonight, writing these notes on the wall, and very good, Scott. I got to tell you. Hey, Bill.
Yes.
The Coronado Islands, man. Talk about that bite. Just has been red hot these last few years. Can you talk a little bit about that? When does that light switch normally go on? It's a spring bite normally.
It's honestly,
good.
it's really hard to say because nobody's been fishing the Coronado Islands. Everybody's been fishing offshore.
But I thought I saw some. You guys were at the islands for some good yellow fishing. And
we fished the islands 5 times last year.
Is that because of the passport thing, or because it hadn't been biting, or what?
Oh, just offshore.
Uh-huh.
Offshore, you don't have to buy the passport.
Right.
Not a lot of people have passports. You know what I mean? In that sense, when I think about going on vacation to San Diego, I'm not going to bring my passport if I live in Michigan.
Yeah, right.
I get to San Diego. Let's go fish the Coronado Islands. Oh, you need a passport. Oh, that ain't going to work. Let's go do something else. Wait, this boat's going offshore. Don't need a passport. Let's go get on that boat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If typically it starts second week of April, traditionally, you'll start to see an influx of yellowtail in the counts. June, July, you'll see yellowtail in the counts. You'll start to see salmon. When I first bought the boat, put it this way. When I first bought the boat in 2006, we would start our January fishing cod. We fish cod till March. We'd go to the islands March. We'd start to see yellowtail catch 1 to 5. April, May, 10 to 15, along with rockfish and things like that. June, we would start fishing the beach in Mexico, east of the Coronado Islands.
Right.
Starting to see sand bass. You'll catch your, 70, 80 sand bass.
You're talking down there by the bull ring and
Yeah,
right.
Catch your 70, 80 sand bass. You'd go over to the ribbon. You'd catch your 15, 20 yellowtails, some rockfish. You'd go home. July, you're catching limits of sand bass every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Oh my God, it was
so good.
You drive over to the ribbon, you catch 35, 40 yellowtail. Go home. To me, that's when fishing was fun. I can't see driving to the Coronado Islands, driving around the islands all day long to catch 2 yellowtail. Okay, so you have 2 happy people. The other 57 people are mad because they ain't caught nothing. Why didn't the captain stop so we can at least catch rockfish? So, and I understand why it's done. Yellowtail is what gets the people on the boats. I'm over that, dude. Honestly, I'm over that.
Yeah.
If I go to the Coronado Islands today, or say it was July, if I go to Coronado Islands in July and I see that yellowtail is not biting, I am not going to spend 8.5 hours driving around them islands trying to get this fish to bite.
Right.
We're going to sit, we're going to go off, we're going to do something else, synchro them up, we catch us a limit of cod, at least everybody's got fish to take home.
Yeah, right.
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Sure.
We still have 2.5, 3 hours of our day to go and search for a yellowtail. And there's boats that do that. Amen to them. Amen to them, because their business is built on that.
Yeah.
I remember the Malihini, when yellowtail weren't biting, a lot of the 3/4 day boats, were called 3/4 day boats at the time, were sitting at the dock, because that's how they projected their business. When the boat got into the accident in 2016, and we came back in 2018, we had that same perception in my eyes from the fact that we were sitting at the dock. That fishery at the Coronado Islands is, I'm not going to say as good as San Clemente, but dang close as far as the type of species that you can catch. And I believe that people pay to get on a boat to go fishing to catch something. That makes sense?
Yeah, I think so.
And that's...
These guys are shaking their head, yeah.
That's how I run my business, That's how I run my business. I don't have time for the pain.
Yeah, because you can get hung up on that exotic stuff, and then everybody, like you said, you get 2 fish on the boat, and everybody's disappointed except those 2 guys.
With my
or the
charters,
one guy that caught 2.
With my charters, unless we're fishing offshore, where we have no bottom, no nothing, it's do or die. We're fishing, we fish anywhere, and we have the proper paperwork, and I know, or I really feel we can catch something, doing something different, we're going to go do it. I haven't had any complaints.
I'm
charter groups about that.
I'm amazed at how far you fish on those trips. We were like at 40-something miles that one day.
51.
Yeah.
It's all good.
On a trip that leaves at 6 a.m. and is back at 6 p.m.
It's all good.
It's pretty crazy, man.
It's all good.
Yeah, I know, but I would, I bet some people out there are thinking, oh, they fish 15, 20 miles from home.
No.
Not really, huh?
50 miles. 13 to 50 miles, guaranteed.
Nick is asking, how many open dates do you currently have for your charter season?
I don't have my planner in front of me, Nick. If you want, you can give me a call, and we can go over some options if you're planning to book a charter with us.
Nick,
Awesome.
do it.
Definitely.
That's it? Okay. And what's Arnie saying there?
He's asking, It's hard to understand. He
What is
says,
the
I
name of the
asked,
ship?
what is the name of the ship that the captain brings? I would like to greet him when he comes to
Oh,
Ensenada.
he wants to know the name of the boat, Malihini. And if you're ever down around Ensenada, Arnie's on a nice little panga. He has a Arnie Sportfishing out of Ensenada.
Oh, well, yeah, he means like on the water.
yeah, right. He
Got
wants
it.
to run
Got
out
it.
and say hi.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. If
Ernie,
you-
it's the Malihini, Malihini. You can't miss it. It's the big white boat with the green stripes.
And Bill will be thrilled to see you, Arnie, especially if you have like 30 or 40 lobster with you. Just kidding, of course. No, okay. So that spring bite, we got that. Then you go offshore, and offshore, like you can fish so far from home. It's amazing. I mean, you guys have turned that into. I mean, you get in later than 6 o'clock sometimes too, don't you?
I am no later to the dock than 7 p.m., 7:30. I refuse to fish. I'm being
I'm
serious.
believing you.
I refuse to fish any later than
God, I just
If
got to
that
tear
fish-
you up
if
and your
that
crew
fish
up.
is going to bite, the fish is going to bite. If the fish is not going to bite, the fish is not going to bite. I am not going to take my clients and torture them like that. To me, it doesn't make any sense.
Bill,
I'm going to give you 110% of what I got. You know what I mean? I'm going to do that. But if in my opinion, if they wanted to fish, and I think fishing 50 miles is stupid.
that's crazy.
Okay? I think it's stupid.
It's really
But
crazy.
sometimes you have to do that.
Right.
I understand that. I'm down with that. But to me, if I know from talking to people that this fish is above 60 miles, I'm going to get an overnight boat. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get on an overnight boat.
Right?
You know, I'm not trying to take business away from myself or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, I fish anywhere from 13 to 50 miles. I will do that. Do I enjoy running 50 miles? No. You run 50 miles, that's 4.5 hours. Down there, that's 4.5 hours back.
Yeah.
I'm good with it. I got people that want to do that. I'm good with it.
But it doesn't give you a lot of time to find the
Gives
fish and make
us-
them bite, does it? And that's a lot of pressure.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, because you got a small window at
It's
that
hard.
point.
Well, see, I used to be part of a code group, and there was two boats,
Explain what a co-group is to everybody, or I can, either
just
way.
a bunch of boats that
Exchange
only
information.
talk to each other.
Yeah.
And that's all they talk to is each other. You know, and because I was always the one that went off and did my own thing, and when I found fish, they were 15, 20 miles from me. They got upset or got mad, or if I didn't tell somebody something, that information that I got, because I wanted to go get there first,
Uh-huh.
and didn't share it with them until I got to where I needed to get to and saw what was going on. They got mad, and they decided to kick me out. So be it. Do you, man? You know, do you? I was raised up in this industry by Ray Sobiak. He was part of a code group. Ray Sobiak did
Producer.
his own thing. He never radio fished. He went out and he found his own fish. That's the way I was taught to fish. You know, I mean, honest, it's the way I was taught to fish. I'm not gonna. If there's 19 boats in a 2-mile square area, why the heck am I gonna get in that? There's got to be more fish somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
You go look, you sonar around, you see him getting bit, 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 okay. Well, let's sonar around him, see what we find. Okay, this, no big school, no. He's scratching, no, he's scratching, oh, he's laying the wood to him. So let's go this way and go off to the south here a little bit. Like that day
right.
with your trip. Everybody was in a pack, lined up for the most part. We drove through there. We saw fish, but it was all that fish was associated with a boat. I'm not going to stop on them to stop their bite. You know, to me that's rude.
Right.
So let's keep rolling. We keep rolling. Okay, we're going to find something. I know we're going to find something. That can't be the only spot of fish around here.
Right.
And then Peyton saw those birds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go take a look. And it worked out very well for us.
Yes.
You know, there's days, don't get me wrong, I had 6 days this last year where I didn't catch squat.
It happens.
You know, I'm sorry, that's fishing.
Yeah.
In that respect. I believe we did everything we could to get us in position. We saw schools, they just didn't bite. You know, those are the hardest conversations to have when you get back to the dock. Dude, they are the hardest conversations in the world. What do you say? Guys, I'm sorry we didn't catch anything today. I still hope you enjoyed yourself. You know? And it's cool, man.
Steve.
Doug wants to know, when are you running to the island? I believe you're already running to to Coronados, right? For rock fishing?
We're fishing right now. We're fishing cod trips, and we are not fishing the Coronado Islands. We're fishing northwest of the islands. We're fishing the backside of the 9 right now.
Okay.
Is what we're doing.
And your water temp is what? 58? 59?
59.
Okay.
It ranged from 59.9 to 65. 60.5.
Yeah.
You know?
And then Slammin' Sammy's making a comment. Best part of fishing with Bill, I remember calling him the day before I went out on the boat, and he actually answered the phone and answered all my questions. Not many party boats do that nowadays.
Good point, Sammy.
You know, if I can tell you guys this. If you get my number and the 844-619-FISH, which is Malihini Sportfishing, and no one picks up, leave a message. Leave a message. You will get a phone call back from me personally. You know, I try and make it a point to return my phone calls between 7 and 8 p.m. when we're out fishing. I really do. It's all about people, man. Again, it's all about people.
That's it. Yeah, and that's after a hard day's work, man, where you haven't had much sleep and maybe you didn't catch fish, but you always return the call.
I'm not grumpy. I'm just me.
Once in a while you're a little grumpy, aren't you?
Nah.
Never?
Dude, I got God in my life.
That's
I don't
great.
have time to be grumpy.
That's fantastic. I got a
Nick
lot
Noyes says, love you, Bill.
Love you too, Nick.
So many people, you know, I mean, there's a lot of questions coming in here, and they all love fishing with you and your crew. Bill, you mentioned, you know, when, what's his name, found the birds, your deckhand? Peyton. I just want to make the point that you guys are not sitting up in the wheelhouse playing blackjack. You got the glass, you're burning your eyes out, and you're working hard. That is a lot of work to find bird schools, kelps, all of that stuff. I've been in wheelhouses where the guys have their feet up on the dash and they're not working at it, and you guys are always burning your eyes out working hard.
Like I said earlier, you know, I tell myself and my crew, if I can give 100%, you can give 100% too. If you can't give me 100%, don't come to work. I don't want you here if you're not going to give me 100%, because our clients deserve that.
Right.
Honest to God, our clients deserve that, man. You know, 12 hours looking through binos after a while. That's why I wear glasses today.
So we have 3 trips with Bill this year. If you go to Friedman Adventures on Facebook, you can see those trips. We really would love you to join us. It'll be a lot of fun. I'll sing the national anthem if it'll make you show up. And as normal, you know, we have all these guys, Dennis Martin and
John Moore.
They all bring food too, you know. I bring the donuts in the morning, and then those guys, man, there's so much. I think John brings like the tuna salad, is it?
Oh
or the
yeah,
chicken?
that bluefin tuna.
Yeah,
John, bring that this year.
Yeah, John, you better bring it. Yeah, that was so good. And I was busy doing stuff, so I walked in there. He said, "Phil, are you going to have some of this?" And I go, "Shoot, I haven't had." Oh my God!
Yeah.
I had to go back for a
It'll
second.
be fish, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I don't eat fish, but I was tearing that up.
Oh, it was so good. And it's just like that family atmosphere that we talk about. All those people coming together, it is so nice. Steve.
Mikey wants to know what is one of the rarest catches that you've gotten on the Malihini?
Ooh, wow.
And don't say Scott Buchert, please.
Weirdest catches. Caught an oarfish once.
You did?
Yeah. That was
Oh,
kinda
wow.
strange, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
You caught it, how big? Was it one of those little...
Probably 40-pounder.
Wow.
Yeah.
And for those of you, they're prehistoric looking creatures who normally are in the depths. When they come to the surface, normally they're going to die. They're also called earthquake fish because there was a correlation in Japan where those fish would move up on the beaches after an earthquake, and science has not shown that connection. But anyway, they are crazy looking fish, aren't they?
That was probably the weirdest thing we caught.
Did you release it, or what
Yeah, we
happened?
let it go.
Yeah. Was it alive still?
Yeah.
And it ate did it eat a bait, or the guy snagged it?
Snagged it.
Yeah. That's freaking awesome. Where was that?
Right around just northwest of the 4 1/4.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oarfish. That's a pretty good one,
funny.
man.
And a quick comment from Tim P. He said, I heard the Malihini burger is amazing.
Oh, dude, you gotta come. Next time you come out, you have to try the Malihini cheesy. What'd you call it, Nick? Malihini cheesy or something like that. Nick made a burger. Yeah, but the burgers are awesome, I think. If I eat them, I think they're good.
And also, hey, if you want the protein style, like keto,
Yeah.
Nick will do. He'll. I was like, I don't know if I want. And he goes, here, you want me to make you something special? I forget what it was, but it was really, really good. Really good. He does a great job.
He does. I think Captain Maggie McDaniels is going to be a good asset to what's going on.
Maggie's going to work the deck or what?
No, she's going to cook. She says she
Oh,
wants to cook.
Perfect.
I'm like, right on. Nick's going to transfer to the deck. You'll have Peyton, you'll have Chris, you'll have myself. And we'll have a Mimi and filling in when she's available. I think it's going to be a good year, man.
Mimi's great. When I come down to Fisher trips, normally I come down the night before and I stay at Scott Buchert's.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I stay at Scott's.
Okay, cool.
And of course, Mimi is there with Sean. They live with Scott. And so it's perfect. I get to hang out with them for the night. And then in the morning, I zip down to the donut place, buy a bunch of donuts, and then jump on board the Malihini with my good friend Bill. And it's so much fun.
Man. I mean, it's, and guys, like I said, the website will be up and running probably the 2nd or 3rd week of February. I plan on going live a week before March 1st. And when we do, the schedule will be posted for the year. If anybody wants to book a charter, please give us a call. We have so far to date, I do believe 10, 11, and I've got another one today, 13, 14 charters booked so far. Last year, by May 12th, June, July, August, September, and October, Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays were gone. So if you plan on doing something, I would pull the trigger as soon as possible. You can give me a call, like I said, at 844-619-3474. That's 844-619-FISH. And leave me a message. I call you back. And because the charter date is booked out so far in advance, I'm requesting a $1,000 deposit to hold the spot. A month before your charter is boarded, you'll have that time to get me the rest of the 50% deposit. The day of the trip, the balance is due.
Easy.
Richard K is wanting to mention that the name of the burger is the Malihini.
Yeah, the Malihini, that's right.
Richard said that? Richard, thank you.
That
Yeah.
is so good.
The Malihini.
And then Doug is asking, do we have to wear masks on your boat?
I'm going to tell you this.
Breaking news.
Masks are not required. Myself and my crew wear a mask. If someone gets on the boat and complains about masks, then we will require masks. Other than that, no.
All right, very good. And one thing, you got to drive all the way to San Diego. We're going to let you get out of here, man. But we have so many questions. Anybody have any last-minute questions? Ask. But I do want to make the point that Peyton or whoever, they put on one heck of a good fishing seminar on the way to the ground. So people that are new to this, you know, they're not sure about fishing tuna, or they're not really into it, they'll get a seminar. And if you walk up to the crew and say, hey, you know what, this is my first time, they're going to show you some extra attention.
I tell you, the guys treat you like family. I won't have it any other way. Honestly, you know, and it's important to me. You know, it really is important to me. My job as an owner is to keep the bathtub full. That makes sense?
No.
Okay.
What are you doing in the bathtub, Bill? Remember, this is a family show.
If the drain is plugged, my passengers are going to go through the drain.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
the only way they're going to go through the drain is if they have a bad experience.
Gotcha.
Keep
Perfect.
the bathtub full.
Any other questions?
George has a quick one. Hey,
George.
Bill, how is Nick doing on the burger orders?
Good. You have to come try out for yourself. I don't know if he'll be in the galley much this year, though.
Yeah, right. He's going to be on deck. But Maggie, it sounds like you're going to have her in there, so that should be great.
Maggie's burgers are good too, bro.
You were pointing at me for some reason?
Patreon. We'll make sure to have
right.
that.
Okay, so we're going to do that next. We have our Patreon drawing here in just a second. Steve, what do we have tonight for our Patreon winner?
So tonight we're going to be doing a Daiwa hat, some Daiwa swag. We're going to be also doing one of the tackle, I would say a jig organizer bag that you can keep your jigs in, and then a couple of ahi jigs as well.
Excellent. And it's $5 a month to become a Patreon member. Cheap. We have Scott right here, Grant, who won last week. He's jumping up and down right now. He is a bona fide USC fan. And, you know, like when you throw holy water on the devil or something like that, how it burns, he won't get near that Notre Dame flag because he's afraid that's going to burn him too. So we're going to do that, and then we'll let Bill let you know one more time. Well, why don't you do that right now? One more time, what's the best way to get a hold of you or book a trip on the Malihini out of H&M Landing? Thank you, Steve.
Right now, through the end of February, you can book directly through hmlanding.com. hmlanding.com/calendar/Malihini, or just go to their website and click on the link. That would work too. Starting March 1st, I don't believe we'll be on the landing's calendar unless in their open party boats book up or something like that. And then you can go to MalihiniSportfishing.com. Take a look around, check out some of the pictures, make a reservation, come fishing with us. We'll look forward to fishing with you.
And that means you, Governor Newsom, go fishing with Bill or come out and see the great stuff he's doing with kids. Let me spin this thing. If anybody wanted to sneak one last question in, you're welcome to do it. Our Patreon winner for thousands of dollars. Well, maybe not thousands of dollars, but our Patreon winner is...
Wait, before you announce the winner, we do have a few new Patreons that subscribe.
Oh, great.
So thank you, Anthony. Anthony, I don't want to butcher his last name, but it's Milov, I believe.
He fishes with us all the time down in San Diego. Super great guy. Thank you, Anthony.
Matthew Bennett and Keith Bullis.
Well, guess who won? A new Patreon member. Just one tonight. Keith Bullis, who just signed up.
Awesome.
And Steve, you could show up, but Keith, congratulations. Hey, if you want Steve and I to be able to provide great content like this, please become a Patreon member. We would really, really appreciate it. Make sure you smash the like button. My director, Scott, just reminded me about that. And let me thank our sponsors really quick. Once again, 22nd Street Landing, Daiwa, Opsin Fluorocarbon, CCA, Fish Taco Chronicle magazines, the Tackle Grab, the Malihini, and our new sponsor, Ventura Harbor Sportfishing, Tucker McCombs. and his lovely wife, Brittany. We're so happy to have you on board with us. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to the channel, join us on our charters, become a Patreon member, and smash that like button to make Scott really, really happy. Bill, it's always a pleasure to see you, my friend. I'm glad I didn't have to wait until one of our trips later this year.
Dude, I've known you 20-plus years?
At least.
20-plus years.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to say you're my friend.
Let me return that to you.
I mean that.
Going to make me tear up here.
No, I mean that.
I love you, Bill.
Bill,
I really do.
You have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea. Oh, wait.
That means a lot to me, by the way.
There's one more thing
Thank
I
you.
forgot to mention. Oh, we're trying to put together a couple of sober trips
No, that'd be great.
for a bunch of AA guys.
For Greg?
Yeah, for Greg.
Greg
Yeah, I
Spence.
spoke with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spoke with him, last week?
Uh-huh.
And he's going to get in touch with me here next couple weeks. He wants to set up a couple straight, sober charters, for guys that are going through AA and things like that. And I told him I'd be down with that. I really would. I think it'd be a blast,
Yeah, absolutely. So get a hold of you with regard to that, or you're going to announce that later, or Greg?
I'll get with you after he gets with me and we get everything else squared
And we'll
away.
promote it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also
That
the
sounds
Battle of the Services.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm going to be involved in that, March 25th.
That's going to be fun.
That is going to be a ball. And Joe, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate that. You were talking to him tonight, and I said,
Yeah. There's going to be 4 boats.
What boats, do you know?
I do believe it's the Legend, the Jig Strike, the Top Gun 80, and the Excalibur.
Oh, nice.
We're going to put the Air Force on the Jig Strike
Oh, cool.
because they have the best living conditions. No. Period.
What branch of the service were you in?
I was in the Marine Corps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Semper Fi, right?
All day long.
Dino Rochetting is really before we end this. Dino is saying he doesn't have Facebook. What's a best way to get a hold of you?
Call me at 844-619-FISH.
Perfect. There you
And
go,
then
Dino.
once we speak, after we speak, then I'll give you my personal number. I don't want to put my personal number out over the phone.
Perfect.
And Dino's always making comments on our YouTube channel. That's very important to us, helps us a lot. Give us a 5-star rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Stitchers. That really helps us also. I think that's it, right, Steve? Are we done?
That's
no more
it.
questions? Thank
Last
you all.
question.
Oh, one more
Yeah.
question. Go ahead.
Jeff is asking if you guys happen to know which boat the Navy will be on.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll find out for you, though,
What's
Jeff.
the website where they can get information on this? Do
Is
you
there a
guys...
website?
Hang on one
know.
second.
Bill will take a look. Jeff, of course, is a veteran, and we should make the point that we honor our veterans, and we wouldn't be doing any of this fishing. We wouldn't be doing anything if it weren't
Yeah.
for the great sacrifices that all the veterans make.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your service, guys.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right. Maybe I'll post something later on if I can figure out the website. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. Hey, thank you very much, everybody. We appreciate you joining us for another Friedman Adventures live show. For Bill, myself, Scott, Steve, we thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again. Don't forget, Thursday, 12 noon, a special edition of Friedman Adventures. We'll have that for you and so much more. We'll see you, everybody. Take care.
Peace.